Hi, Lynn Watts here with Wyatt the Wonder Dog Books. And today I'm going to be talking about self control, and in particular, how self control is related to resilience in children, what self control is, what it is not. And then in a separate video, I think I will talk some about strategies for helping kids develop self control. So let's talk about, first of all, what self control is. Self control is the ability to manage thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. All right, all of those things. So a lot of times we think about self, say, so emotional self-regulation, but really self-control relates to a lot more than just emotions. It's also controlling our thoughts and controlling our behaviors. And then when we do that, we're able to then make choices that align with our purpose, with our goals, rather than being impulsive and doing, thinking, feeling things that are not really serving the individual or to the community around them. So I think we, in a sense, know what self control is, but I think it's helpful to define it. So it looks like in young children, it means waiting your turn, right? It means managing frustration or difficult negative emotions. It means staying focused during a task. All right. It means pausing before reacting, having a space in there between a thought, a feeling, and the actual acting that out or what to do about it. So practicing patience even when things feel hard. All right, that's a lot of different things to require of young children. And certainly, I'm sure you know many adults who have difficulty with any or all of those things as well. So, how does that support resilience? Well, resilience is the ability to handle difficulties, challenges when they come up, and having the inner strength, the wherewithal to do that. And I think you can see someone who is impulsive, someone who is not in control of their emotions, someone who can't control their focus or their behavior is going to have trouble being resilient in a difficult or challenging situation. So it means when someone is faced with a challenge, if they are resilient and have self-control, it means they can pause instead of reacting impulsively. They can manage their emotions, even though they recognize how they feel. They can manage that in a way that is helpful. They can persist even when things are difficult, and they can work toward long-term goals, not just the immediate situation. So let's talk a little bit about what self-control is not, because I think that it's important to recognize that. It's not being perfect. It doesn't mean that someone doesn't make mistakes or that there aren't times when they feel frustrated or experience difficulty. So it's not being perfect all the time. It's not being calm all the time. It's not being compliant either. It's not being a people pleaser and doing what everybody wants you to do. It's not shutting down or suppressing emotions. We know that that can cause problems as well as managing them in a productive, constructive way. So it doesn't mean pretending that we're not angry or not recognizing frustration or sadness or grief or any of these kind of negative emotions. It doesn't mean avoiding conflict or avoiding uncomfortable feelings. It also is self control is not a punishment. So it's not discipline. It's not some sort of punishment for acting out or a tantrum, or that is not self control. And finally, it's not something that children should just, and a lot of times we kind of expect this, it's not something that children should just magically know. It is a learnable, teachable skill. And that's why I think it's so important to recognize not only what self control is, the benefits of self control. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about different strategies for self-control. Before I do that, though, let me just recommend, if you are looking for lesson plans that will lead to self-control, I'd like to recommend my newest um, lesson plan book for school counselors. It's volume 2, and there are lesson plans on here or in here that are related to self-control. There's a lesson plan on emotional regulation. There's lesson on recognizing and expressing emotions appropriately. There's one on growing your brain with a growth mindset, which of course is all about self-regulation, being prepared for success, developing goals, all kinds of things that are related certainly to regulation and self-control. So I'd recommend that if you are looking for lesson plans. All the lesson plans are aligned with ASCA standards, and they also have discussion questions, activities for all grade levels, just really everything you need in one easy place. Not to mention a calendar that goes through the whole year in terms of lots of different lessons that you can teach all year long. So you can find it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below with that. And as always, thanks so much for listening, and thanks for all the things that you do to help children be resilient.